Hello everyone. Thank you so much everyone for joining today's session. I am Vishal Saraswat and I am closely associated with New Delhi Salesforce Developer Group. And today I will be hosting the today's session. Today we are back with another Impact Salesforce Saturday session. This time we have an awesome guest speaker, Abhinav Garg. He is a Salesforce Einstein Analytics Certified Consultant. So, hi Abhinav. Would you like to add more information to it?
Yeah, hi everyone. Very good morning to all of you. So, I'm having 8 years of experience in IT and in Einstein. I'm working from last 5 years almost, and this is my second session in this new Delhi user group. I have given session in other group as well. So let's get started. I think.
Okay. Thank you so much, Abhinav. I am Vishal Saraswat. I am 3x Salesforce certified and I am a volunteer at New Delhi Salesforce Developer Group. You can connect with me on LinkedIn and Twitter with the following user handles. Before moving further, we urge everyone to share your love for the New Delhi Salesforce Developer Group initiatives on social media channels with the following hashtags. You can connect with us on Twitter with the user handle New Delhi SFDC Duck. And the hashtag for Impact Salesforce Saturday is hashtag Impact Salesforce Saturday. You can connect with us on Trailblazer community as well. With the bit.ly link is given in the slide. And we have also a website for New Delhi Salesforce Developer Group, that is newdelhisfdc.com. We are a New Delhi Salesforce Developer Group. We came into existence in 2016. We are doing several initiatives in which we have Impact Salesforce Saturday, which is a series of online Salesforce Saturday sessions where we run knowledge sharing sessions. Previously, it was known as Virtual Salesforce Saturday, but 2 years ago, it was rebranded to Impact Salesforce Saturday. You can find all of our previous sessions which we have organized here in the link which we have given in this slide, and our all of our upcoming sessions link we have also given in this slide. So please go to it. The other initiatives which we are talking about is Talent Central, which we have launched recently. This is a job portal like Naukri.com, Monster.com, or Indeed.com. The vision of this platform is to connect freshers who is looking to get job in Salesforce ecosystem to HR. So if you are a fresher, we would like to request you to register yourself to the amazing portal, as currently we have more than dozens of HR looking at your profile and we have around 700 plus students already registered on that. So here is the link for the Talent Center platform, talentcenterglobal.com. So you can register on that platform. The other initiatives which we are talking about is Mentorship Central, in which if you are looking for a mentor who can guide you throughout your journey, who can help you to grow yourself, so you can register as a mentee. And if you would like to help the newcomers, so you can register as a mentor so that the mentee can take advantage of that. So here is the bit.ly link of Mentorship Central, that is bit.ly of our SF Mentorship Central. Over to you, Abhinav.
Thank you. Okay, let me share my screen. Hi everyone. So before starting this introduction part of Einstein, or as the topic mentioned, 4 pillars of Einstein. So I'm expecting everyone is from Salesforce background and they have they understand what is Salesforce, what is right. So can you see my screen?
Yes, Abhinav, we can see it.
Okay. So let's understand what is Einstein, and now we are calling it as WCRM also. So let's understand first what is Einstein, and then we will see what are the 4 pillars of Einstein in the next slides. So Salesforce Einstein, initially it was a BI tool which we were using to create dashboards, bringing data from multiple sources. And what are these sources? Let's say Salesforce objects, CSV file, and from other systems, like let's say SCP or from SQL Server table or any other system which we have in organization. But later on, or in last 2 to 3 years, we have one more thing, we are calling it as Einstein AI, which we are not discussing in this session, but we should know like what are the products are given by Salesforce or by Einstein to us. So in this session, we will see only the visualization part. Okay. So Salesforce is a BI tool which brings data from multiple sources and transforming the data and visualizing it. So this is the introduction part here. Um, so now, what are the four pillars? Like this is the main thing which we are going to discuss it now. What are the four pillars of Einstein? So these are the four pillars of Einstein for apps, datasets, lens, and dashboard. We will see all these four pillars in detail in next slides. So let me give some introduction about all these apps, datasets, lens, and dashboards. So apps is nothing but, let's say, a folder which we have in our desktop. Okay, I'll show you how it look alike and it will make more sense then. But let me give some introduction about it. So apps is nothing but a folder which contains all these three things: dataset, lens, and dashboard. We cannot save a dataset, lens, and dashboard anywhere. We have to keep it in apps. That's the very first thing. Okay, so let me show you what is apps and what are the other thing we do have in apps. Okay, so let me just read out this. Apps is nothing but a folder. It contains datasets, lenses, and dashboards. There are two type of apps. One is my private app and second is shared app. So my private app means if you have created a lens, a dashboard, or any data set and keep it in your my private app, then it will be accessible by you only. No one can access it. And other than private app, all are the shared app, but we have to share it accordingly based on the requirement. So there are like three ways to share it. One is user specific. Okay, I want to share with Vishal, so I can share. I have created one app, let's say test app, and I just want to share with Vishal, so I'll share with Vishal, which comes under the user based sharing. The second way is role based sharing, and third one is public group. So these three ways are there are three ways by which we can share the app. And when we are sharing our apps, what it means whatever that app contains, right? Dashboard, datasets, and lenses, all will be accessible to by that user. Now, I have shared one app which is having one dashboard, one lens, and one dataset, but I want only that particular user or that particular public group users can view it only. Then we do have three level of security there. So first one is viewer. It means we can just view it. We cannot edit it or something. Second, we do have editor access. In this editor access, we can edit the dashboard or lens, but we cannot save it. And the third, we do have manager access. In manager, it's kind of an admin access to that particular app only. Okay. So let me show you like how it looks alike in Einstein and where. So if you are very new to Einstein and once you log in into Salesforce and you do have access of Einstein Analytics, you can just click on 9 dots at the top left, search for Analytics Studio. Okay, so this is our home screen. Now, in all items, we will see all these four pillars which we were discussing: apps, dashboard. Stories is a part of Einstein data discovery. We are not discussing it in this session, but four pillars are like apps, dashboard, lenses, and datasets. So here we come to apps here. So these are the apps I have already created. Okay, so let me create one app for this demo also. So I have created one blank app here. Create blank app. Okay, and I'm saying like demo. So this is the name. You can give anything based on the requirement. So this app will contain dashboard, lenses, datasets, and we have to save it accordingly. Now we were discussing like there are three ways to share it, and there are three security levels here. So as of now, and you can see this my private app also. We will discuss it later on. Now this demo app, I just wanted to share with some user, right? So we'll click it here. One second. Yeah, click on share. Now, as of now, it's not shared with anyone. You can see only shared with me, Abhinav, right? So if I want to share with anyone, so there are like three ways: user, group, and role. So let's say if any user I just want to search, this is my DevOps. So let's say if there's any change now. So I can search the name here, and I can like it will populate here. Let me search for LA. No. Okay, and I'm sharing. Let's say this is another user with the name of Abhinav Garg only, and this is a security leveler, viewer, editor, and manager. So if I just want to give access to that particular user to only view it, I can select viewer, editor, and manager respectively, like we already discussed. So let's say viewer. I will click on add and then save it. Similarly, we do have group based. This is not this is a public group, and this is a role based. So what will happen once we will share this app with the user or with the whatever we do have in this demo app, everything will be accessible to that particular user. So if I show you, let's say I do have this app every Denison. So I do have dashboard and this data set. So what it means, if I'm sharing this every Denison app, okay, and then it means to that particular user or to that particular group of users, they will able to access whatever we do have in this every Denison app. Okay, so this is the very first thing. One second. Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, okay. So this is, so all these are the shared app. Like if we are sharing with anyone, let's say with entire organization or with one user, then it means this is a shared app. Now we do have a second app called as My Private App. So My Private App is something like I'm a developer, right? I'm developing a dashboard, and which is like in middle or 30% work I've completed it. So I don't want to share with anyone. So I can keep it in my private app, and it will be accessible to me only. No one can access it, whether it admins or anyone. No one can access it. It will be accessible by logged in user. So this is for in apps. There is nothing like not much to understand, but the thing is there are many circumstances where we have seen lot of errors. So let me give you a real time example. What has happened? Let's say I have created two apps. Okay, one demo app, and let's say second app is demo dashboard app. Okay. So what has happened? I kept my data sets in this demo app, and I've kept my dashboard in demo dashboard app. But what wrong to everyone or to the users? So it means like they will able to access the dashboard, but dashboard is pointing to some data set, right? It pointing to some data set which I kept into the demo app. So the point is, if I'm not giving access to the respective data sets also, which are using in the dashboard, the dashboard will throw an error. So in that scenario, we have to be very clear, like what particular app we have shared with the user. In that app, if there is any dashboard, and in that dashboard, what are the data sets are being used. So for those particular data sets also user should have access, otherwise it will give an error. And then the sharing rule, like sharing, how you're sharing based on the user, what access security level you're giving, viewer, editor, and manager. That's all about apps. Okay. Any question about apps as of now? No? Okay. So let me move to second pillar of it. Yeah. So second pillar, as we have seen in this slide, apps, dataset, lens, and dashboard. So apps is a very small topic in four pillars of Einstein. Second, we do have datasets here. So what is dataset? Dataset is nothing but a data, right? We are what Einstein does. It's a visualization tool, data visualization tool. So first, the very first thing, we needed the data. So data can be bring from anywhere. Anywhere means anywhere. We can bring it from Salesforce objects. We can upload a CSV file, or if you have any system, any legacy system as well, we can connect using connectors. So how we can bring the data, how we can create the data sets, we will discuss in the session two, which is going to taken by Shashank Agarwal. So that part we will discuss in the session two. But let's in the now we can think in this way. The data set is already being created, and it is already available here. So let me show you like how data set looks and where it resides. So in apps, as I mentioned, apps contain dashboard, lenses, and data sets. So if you know, like, okay, my data set is I kept in some, let's say, my DTC sales apps. Okay, so I can go and search it here. So DTC opportunities there, or I am having a tab here at the top. So all the data sets which I have created will come under this tab. So just think in this way, data set is nothing but a collection of data, or like if you know Salesforce object side, object is also collection of data, right? Or in SQL Server we do have tables. So this is very similar to them, but the part is how we have created these data sets, demo data one or any other data set. That's the main thing, and that we are going to discuss in session two on 8th of November. So now the third thing here is, so let me read this part here. So data, okay, one more thing here about data set. It always decides locally in Einstein. It never pointed out like uh, taking data from Salesforce objects on the runtime. It always brings the data from other systems, whether it's CSV, Salesforce, or SAP. It brings the data saved locally in Einstein, and then using it to create or visualize it on the dashboard. Okay. So now our third pillar or our third topic in four pillars of Einstein is lens. So what is lens? Lens is nothing but, we do have a data set here, right? We are calling it as data set. But what data we do have here, right? And if I want to play with the data, if I want to filter it out the data, if I want to not delete, I would say, if I want to do some calculation over the data, right? Where I can do that, because this is kind of a tab. We can see demo data one, but we don't know how many rows of data, how many different columns we do have here, right? So that these all things we used to do it in the lens level. So lens is nothing but, we can say, a visualization of data set, and once we will transform the data accordingly or based on the requirement, then we are taking it to the dashboard. We will discuss it later on. So let's see what is lens. Lens is nothing but a subset of data, or a visualization of data set where we can understand, or where we can play, or we can transform the data based on the requirement. Okay, so how we can create a lens, and how, what is the way? So once, whenever we are clicking, or when we are like, when we clicked on the data set, it opens in the form of a lens. So this is the lens now. Now this is a home screen of lens, we can see, or the initial screen. And if I hover my mouse, it says count of rows is 6570. So it means there are 6570 rows in the dataset. Dataset name is demo data 1. Now if I want to see what are the columns we do have, that we are going to discuss in detail, but let me show you a small thing here. So we do have here in these three icons, the second one or the middle one, table mode, we can click on values table. So here we can see like how many, like what are the different uh, columns we do have in the data set. And and we have seen like there were 6570 rows here. So this is the lens here. Now I just want to create a small lens which will make more sense here. Okay, so I do have, let's focus on these two things, country and profit. My requirement is something like I just want to show what is the profit for Japan, right? Country and the profit here. So this, now I'm in the lens only. I can do many things here, but as an introductory part, I'm just telling you a very small thing here. So let's say I just wanted to see sum of profit, like this is the measure part here. We'll discuss it in other session, but sum of profit here. So before that, what it was showing count of rows. So this it was count of row 6570. But now I have changed it to, I know there is a column in my data set which is profit, and I just want to sum it. So I clicked on sum profit here. So this is now it's showing me complete 564 million. But as I said, I just want to see only for the Japan. Then I'll click on the filter. I know Japan is a value in the country field. I'll search for my country field here, and I'll search for the Japan here. Apply. So it says now 30 million. Let it make more sense when I'll take you to the Excel. So what I did in this lens, I'm just taking you to there. Okay, so let's say this is my demo data one. Okay, which I was showing you in the at the data set name. I do have country, I do have profit. Let's say Japan, US. So this, let's think in this way. This demo data one is having these two columns with a country and profit. And when I have loaded on the very first time, it was seeing 6570 rows. So if this is the data set, how many rows we will see? We will see these 5 rows there. Now what I did after that, I just put sum of profit here, right? Sum of profit. So this is my profit column here. So once I'll do a profit, how much it will give? It will give me 1500. So let's say 1500. So when there was no filter here, if I'll remove the filter here also, this is giving me 564 million. Similarly, it's giving me 1500 here. Now I wanted to see for the Japan. So what I did, I put a filter. But in Excel, how we can put, we used to put filter like this, right? So Japan. Now the total is 300. So it should be 3. So there are like n number of things we used to do in the lens, and when our requirement completed or what we are trying to do, it will be finished. Then we are taking that particular lens to the dashboard. So lens is nothing but a subset of data or a visualization of data where we can transform, or we can do some calculation based on the requirement, and then taking it on the dashboard where user are seeing it. So this is a lens. And there are many things in the lens which we will discuss in session 3, not in session 1 or 2. So this is a lens here, and there are many things I will show it to you. Now we have covered lens here, and what is lens? So when we explore the data set, as I mentioned here, when we open the data set or when we explore the data set, we are opening the data set as a new lens. Okay, and in a new lens we can we can do some calculation, we can append different columns, we can put filters, grouping, limits. These are all things we'll discuss it. So these are the few things. And just to make you aware, we are calling it as one something called as SQL, Salesforce Analytics Query Language, which is kind of a coding. Sometimes it required to do it to achieve a requirement. Otherwise, if it is a straightforward and easy requirement, something like this, I just want to show the profit of Japan, then it is a point and click. But if sometimes there is a requirement which is which we are not able to do with the point and click functionality, then we will move it to the SQL. So SQL part, it's a different thing. We are not going to discuss it. Okay, now what we have done, we have seen apps. Apps is nothing but where we can reside or we can keep our data sets, lenses, and dashboard, and sharing based on the user role and public group, and based on the security. What are the securities we do have? Um, Viewer, editor, and manager. Then we have seen data set. We have not seen much. We have seen just 1% of the data set. So data set is nothing but a data, a collection of rows and columns, which we have brought it from Salesforce objects, CSV file, and the third one is from our connected systems, let's say SAP, ServiceNow, or anything, using the connectors, MuleSoft or Snowflake, whatever. Then once we have created the data set, we have created a lens. What is lens? Lens is nothing but a subset of data where we are calculating the data based on the requirement or based on the KPI which we are going to create it. And the last thing and the last pillar is dashboard here. So all always the users only see this dashboard. They don't know how the data is coming. They don't know what is data set. They don't know what is lens. They know we have to see that particular dashboard. That's it. So let's see what is dashboard. So I have created this lens, and let me group it on country. Let's say. So it will show us for all the countries here. Okay. Now I have created this lens. This is the profit for each country, and let me sort it with the descending like this in this way. So user is always worried about, or user always sees only the dashboard. So I have to create a dashboard now. So there are two ways. Like I can click on this clip to design or on this Caesar key, or I can click on create dashboard and blank dashboard. So now I will clip again this one. So here at the right hand side, I can see this is my a lens. We are calling it as lens. This is my lens again. Okay. And I kept it here. So this is my dashboard now. So user will come, log into Einstein. It will open this dashboard, which is named as new dashboard, and they will use it. Now the point is, what is dashboard? How to design it? What are the best practices to do it? So the very first thing is dashboard is nothing but a collection of lens. So let's say I have created one lens here, right? Which is where I'm showing a sum of profit for each country here. So this was my lens. I clipped into a dashboard and it's present here. So now I am having one lens from the dataset. And what is the dataset name? Demo data one. Let me create one more lens here from, let's see, DTC opportunity. And here let me show some of amount uh, based on opportunity type. Okay. So this is my second lens, which is from the DTC opportunity. So, and I change the visualization here to donut. So now let me clip it, and we can give meaningful name also when you will like do a real time development. So let's see, what I'm showing here is amount by opportunity type. So once we will come in this new dashboard, you can see we do have second lens also, and this is from DTC opportunity dataset. So just drag and drop it over the sheet here. So now we can say, now what is dashboard here? This is my dashboard. What is dashboard? Dashboard is a collection of lens from multiple data sets. You can see one lens we do have from demo data one, which is our data set name, and the second data set DTC opportunity, and the lens, this is my lens. Now there are many properties there. We can see, let's say I can change the title, or I can put a title there, uh, amount by opportunity type something. So always user sees, or user only logged in come to Einstein and to see these dashboard. They don't know what is lens, what is data set. So this is the fourth pillar and the main pillar for Einstein for the users they used to focus upon. Now once I'll save it, let me save it here. So let's see. So you can see at the bottom app here. So if I'm keeping in my private app, it means it will be accessible to me only. And if I keep it in this, we have created one demo app, right? So if I keep it in the demo app here, then whosoever having access to this demo app, let me come back to demo app here, will be accessible. We will able to access that particular dashboard, demo dashboard. So that's the like role of apps in Einstein. Any question from anyone? No. Okay. So these are the four pillars of Einstein. First is apps, dataset, lens, and dashboard. There is nothing else to be discussed in the app section. And let me show you one more thing here. So once we are creating an app, right? So we have created blank apps here. Created blank app. There are some templates also given by Salesforce based on the domain, or based on the requirement which you do have. So you can explore it. There is nothing but you just have to do point and click, and automatically data sets, respective dashboards, apps will be created by Einstein itself. And it required some licenses also. So this is like point, and in those dashboards, or in those apps, you can't do much. So and this is very specific to the requirement. So this is one more thing which we should know about, like what do we have in apps. But apart from that, we have completed apps in detail, and there is very small topic about apps. Now, dashboard and datasets are the main pillar, or very wide, I would say, in this to discuss it, which we will discuss in session 2 and session 3. So if you have any question, because these things are the very it should be very clear to everyone before moving into Einstein and starting into Einstein.
Yep. Thank you so much, Abhinav, for such an informative session. I think we learned a lot from this session and get to know about the core basics about the Einstein Analytics, aka the WCRM right now. So we have a couple of questions in the chat window. Let me just read it out for you. First question is from Bhanu Prakash. The question is, in which format data will store in dataset?
Okay, in which form? Okay, so
Format, yeah.
okay, which format? So Einstein engine, what it does, it stored the data in a columnar based. what do you mean by what is mean by columnar basis? So because we do have million rows of data in Einstein, right? So it used to keep the data. It's not keeping in the similar way what tables in SQL Server is keeping it. It always having a two different primary keys to search a field or to search the value. And what Einstein documented in their documents, it keep the data in the columnar based structure where there are two different primary keys to find any value there. So and all these things of efficiency, the performance of keeping the data is taken care by Einstein Analytics Engine. We cannot do anything there because it's not in our hand. It's in the Salesforce ecosystem.
Got it. Thank you. So the next question is from Shravan. The question is how you deploy from one org to another org.
Okay. So yeah, that's a very good question actually. There are multiple ways. The very normal and from long time everyone uses using the chain sets, right? You can select the component and your target org will deploy it. But I generally used to do copy the JSON code from one org to another. What I mean by JSON code is something like, let me show you. So this is my dashboard, right? Which demo dashboard we have created. So if I press Control E, it will take me to the code what is being generated by Einstein. So this is the JSON code which is created by Einstein. But there was no code written by us. It was completely point and click. But this is the code generated by Einstein. So the one way generally I used to do, I used to just copy this code and paste it in my production org or any other org. But if it's not allowed in many clients, so what is our approach or what we have discussed? Again, this is a part of apps now, and let's discuss it in just 5 minutes. Okay, so let's say we are in the production org only. So what we did in my recent 2 or 3 clients, what we propose and we are following it also. So what we did, we have created three different areas in production org itself. Let's say we do have two sandboxes and one production. So what does it mean? We are having three different areas of developing our requirement. But in the case of Einstein, what we did, we have created three different apps or three different areas in production org itself. What does it mean? We have created this app called as one.dev. So what does it mean? I'm a developer, Vishal is a developer. So me and Vishal will have access only to this particular app one.dev. So what it means, uh, if I'm having 10 or 15 different apps, multiple lenses, multiple data sets, right? I cannot see it, I cannot touch it also. So it means I'm having a sandboxes, I'm having a developer sandbox, I'm having a test sandbox in production org itself. So there is no need to deploy your data sets or dashboard into some other org. What does it mean is, let's say I have created one dashboard just now, right? Demo dashboard this one. I'm a developer and I can save it in only in this one.dev because I do have access only to this app only, right? I am developing it. I completed my development here. After that, these are like complete deployment process or the which we are following it now. So let's say my I have done with the requirement. My development is done. So there will be an admin or a deployment from someone from the deployment team. I can say I have done it. So what they will do, they will take this dashboard. So now take this dashboard is nothing means they will change the app only. So now the testers will come in the picture, right? So what I'll do, ready for testing, RFT app. So what will happen now? Save. So you can see now in this app, which I one.dev, I don't have that particular dashboard, which because it has been moved to 2.rft. and I don't have access as being a developer. I am having access to dev app only, but now the admin moved the dashboard for the testing into .rft. Now testers are having access to this demo dashboard. They will test it. They will share their feedback, or if there is an error. If there is any error, what we will do? We will take it back to the one.demo app, one.dev app. I will do the changes, and then it will be visible to me here. So we have created 5 different apps. Finally, once the testing is done, UAT is done, then we are finally keeping in those apps where users are seeing. So in this way, there is no change, no need of any deployment. We do have always the latest data or the refreshed data to work upon it, and there is like we are following the compliances process also. If you who has questioned it, Sarvana?
Yep.
Yeah, I'll share the document with you if you want. I There's a detailed process actually.
Okay, thanks, Abhinav. So the next question is, can we deploy the entire community from one or to another? So, Shravan, I think this question is
No.
related to the community one. Yeah, but
Yeah.
okay, now let's go for the next one, which is from Bhanu Prakash. The question is, what is the difference between data set and the recipe?
Okay. I would say, sorry to say, but the question is wrong actually. So recipe, data set and recipe, right?
Yeah, you're right.
Okay. So the result of the recipe is data set. Bringing the data from multiple ways into Einstein is the result is data set. So what it does, recipe creates data set. The question could be, what is the difference between recipe and data flow? So recipe and data flow both are the ways to create a data set in Einstein, but recipe is completely point and click. We can't write code. We can't write SQL code there. In data set or in data flow, we can write SQL codes, as well as data flow is more powerful comparatively to recipe. So recipe creates data set actually.
Noted. Thanks. Okay, so the next question is, I think it's a number 506429. Someone is using a code.
The business
Um,
ID seems.
can we use lenses and dashboard which we prepared in WCRM in Lightning components?
Yes, actually, I've done it actually last week only. So there is a component given by Tableau now, or not Tableau. I would say there is a component given by Salesforce, which is present in App Builder, and you can directly whatever we don't call lens and dashboard in the Tableau CRM. So whatever the dashboard you have created in Tableau CRM, you can pass it with a point and click functionality into Salesforce page layout.
Okay, thanks. I think, yeah, Sagar, I hope that answers your question. So, Abhinav, I have my question, so what if I'm fetching some data from some external source, right? I want
Yeah.
to define role level security for that, right, for that specific data. So, what are the different ways I can do that? I know this is just, initial where we are,
Yeah.
like the session where we are only talking
Yeah.
about.
Yeah.
So, if you want to
So
pass it to the next session, that's fine. It will
no,
be more relevant to
I'll
that.
if anyone want to understand, if anyone having some experience in it, so it will definitely help them. So let's say if we have pulled data from any other system into Einstein, so there are two ways. First way we can implement the security predicate here. So let's say this particular data set came from SAP. Once I'll edit it, we do have a security predicate at the bottom here. Okay, we can put a security there. Generally, I found it was not working. But what I did the other way is I can create a data flow where I will do the HMART for this demo data one. Okay. and there in SFDC register node, I can put it a security predicate. There are these two ways.
Okay, thanks. Yeah, just another question, a follow-up question on the role level security. What if there is a requirement where in my org, right? Um, I want to change the level of visibility in certain record, and I want to just swap it for a couple of a specific dashboard, and I want to change it for a different dashboard. So everything has to be controlled in the data set.
Yes, everything is not exactly. Data set is like a complete data, but if you want to filter it out or if you want to restrict some rows, so that's a part of filtering the data on each dashboard. So let's say I'm having 20 different opportunities, opportunity 1 to 20. I'm having two dashboard. In one dashboard, I just want to show the data for first 10 opportunities. Then I can filter it out only for those 10. In the second dashboard, I can filter it for next 10. So it's all about the filtering the data.
Okay, thanks. Yeah, I think we have another follow-up question. Can we include screen flows into Einstein database?
No, it's more first my answer is no, and the second thing is flows are like we are using in Einstein expert section.
Okay, I think we have another question from Zubin Bhatt. So, Zubin, if you want, you can speak up.
Okay, what are the different type of external data source supported by analytics? All, I would say all, because these connectors are very powerful. Let's say MuleSoft. MuleSoft is a very powerful connector. It connects to almost all the systems, and it can push that particular data with transformation also to Einstein.
Okay, so I think that answers all the questions. Guys, if you have more questions, please feel free to push it across to Abhinav over LinkedIn. Twitter is active there, as well as we have a follow-up session to another session on Einstein Analytics, aka our WCRM, by Shashank and Abhinav himself again. So please do register and spread the word. Thank you so much, Abhinav, for such a lovely session. It was very informative, and we touched based upon the most important aspect of the Einstein Analytics, and the way you have designed the course is really amazing. And the entire series gonna be really knowledgeable, and it will be very interesting how we'll be touching base upon all the different aspect of the Einstein Analytics. Thank you so much, and thank you so much for all the participants, guys, whomsoever have joined from different locations, and people who are there listening to the recording of this session. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.